What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren Thompson, and I just got out of the Mandalorian panel here at Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim, California. They showed us footage of the Ahsoka series, which was so unexpected, and they also showed us footage for the Mandalorian Season 3. Now, on Thursday, they already showed us this footage, but they added an additional 30 to 45 seconds of new footage. So if you heard a description of the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer or footage, this is actually going to be a bit more than what you've heard before. They didn't technically call it a trailer. It looked like a trailer, probably what they'll use as a trailer, but regardless, I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw. Obviously, there are no recording devices allowed when the presentation is up, so we don't leak it online, but we can tell you exactly what we saw. So here's my description of the Ahsoka footage that we saw and the Mandalorian Season 3 footage that we saw, which I believe is hands down one of the best things to come from Star Wars. It blew me away. It was fantastic. So if you love Star Wars, if you love Marvel, if you love all superhero stuff, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Alright, so starting with the Ahsoka footage that we saw. They didn't show us much. The clip was only about 35 seconds long, but what they did show us, the non-filler stuff, was pretty cool. The first thing that we see is ship doors opening up and it reveals the bridge of the Ghost. We then see Hera from behind walk onto the bridge, and right behind her is Ahsoka walking onto the bridge as well. Then it fades to black, then it shows us more of a ship, and then it shows us somebody sitting down. They have their arm on a table and their hand is out, reaching for a cup, trying to use the Force to bring it to them. Now, no one was actually shown here, it was just the arm of the person, but I know it wasn't Ahsoka because I remember that the hand and the arm weren't orange, so this person is a mystery as of right now. They then show a droid, and I don't believe I've seen this droid in Clone Wars or Rebels or anywhere before, so I'm gonna say it's a new droid, and he's only shown very, very briefly. But here's where things get pretty interesting. We see Ahsoka, and she has her hood on, then she takes her hood off and she's looking at somebody. She then tilts her head forward and closes her eyes, almost kind of like she's bowing at somebody or saying hello. But it definitely looks like it's a sign of respect that she is doing. So I'm wondering who exactly this could be. We've already had a crossover between Ahsoka and Luke and Boba Fett, so really a lot of things are possible here. And here's where it gets even more interesting. After the title card Ahsoka shows, we see a mural. In the mural, we see Hera, Ezra, Sabine Wren, Zeb, and Kanan. This, of course, is Sabine Wren's mural, and to my knowledge from what I saw, it is the exact same one from Rebels. But as they're showing the mural, we see somebody come up who is staring at it, and this person is Sabine Wren. And they did announce that Sabine Wren is going to be played by Natasha Louis Bordizzo. So super exciting news there, and that's pretty much all that they showed us in the Ahsoka footage. Just some footage put together for the fans at Star Wars Celebration, but definitely a big teaser with a lot of hints of some awesome things to come. Now, as far as the Mandalorian Season 3 footage, we actually saw this trailer twice today. So I've seen it 3 times now, once on Thursday and twice today with the extended footage, and I made sure to make some notes immediately after I saw it. So the beginning is pretty much the same as the trailer they showed us on Thursday, and it opens up with the Mandalorian flute theme playing. We then see the Mandalorian walking through what looks to be destruction. And based off of what they showed us in this trailer, this is probably Mandalore. And he's kind of walking through the destruction after the Night of 1,000 Tears. And then we hear the armorer speak, and this is what she says. She says, "You have removed your helmet. What's worse is that you did so of your own free will." And after she says that, it shows footage of Grogu, and that's kind of to show us why he removed his helmet. But she continues to say, "You are no longer a Mandalorian." She then says, "Redemption is no longer possible for you since the destruction of our homeworld." We then cut to a scene of the Mandalorian going up to Bo-Katan, who seems to be sitting on some type of a throne. We have never seen this room before. And she said something along the lines of, "You and your people gave them Mandalore. Where were you then?" And I believe she actually calls them his cult. I think she says, "You and your cult." So she's pretty bitter. She's pretty pissed off, and you can tell that there's just a ton of tension between her and Din. Then it looks like the Mandalorian returns to Navarro because there he sees Greef. And Greef Karga looks like he is doing extremely well for himself. And when Greef sees him, he laughs and he says, "I heard you were back, but I didn't believe it." And he greets him very warmly and very welcoming. Then we hear the Mandalorian talk, and he says, I'm going to Mandalore to be forgiven for my transgressions. I believe he's talking to Bo-Katan, and it actually looks like maybe she's going to help him. Maybe she has ulterior motives, but it does look like she is helping him, and we see her kind of in like a cave where she shoots the top of the cave, and it creates a hole, and kind of the ceiling just falls down. And when it falls, she turns and she looks at Grogu, and she said, did you think your dad was the only Mandalorian? And from here, we just get a ton of footage. And this footage is just completely action-packed. We see it both on planets and off planets in space. We see a starship fight in an asteroid field. We see a Star Destroyer. We see a ton of Mandalorians coming together and fighting together. And I mean a lot. In the footage we saw alone, there were probably about 20 different Mandalorians that we see. And then at the very end, after all of this epic footage, which is just a ton of action, we actually see Mandalore. We see it and the ruins that are left of it, but it was so insane to actually see Mandalore. And that was it. It was actually about, I would say, probably close to 3 minutes long, probably like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And again, they didn't call it the trailer, but it is a trailer. It's a full trailer put together just like a trailer typically is. And I'm hoping this is released pretty soon. They did confirm that The Mandalorian Season 3 is going to come out in February of 2023. So hopefully this trailer isn't too far along from being released to the general public, but that is what we saw. It was awesome. And let me know how excited you are for this trailer to finally hit, and how excited you are for the Ahsoka show and The Mandalorian Season 3. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, and for more Star Wars, Marvel, and other awesome videos, be sure to subscribe. For live updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.